years, our Yall-itics podcast celebrates a major milestone. The podcast has more than 719,000 overall downloads, and they expect to hit 1 million in the first quarter next year.
Yeah, the top episode alone had more than 29,000 downloads. We've got one of the Jasons here, and I think another Jason.
Here he is right
now.
He
just wanted to make a special entrance.
We have both.
He just wanted to make a special entrance this morning.
This is classic Wheeler, too. You know, when we get on the phone with these interviews from wherever they are in the world, Wheeler shows up like right at the time we need to start.
You got to have the yin and the yang here.
I'm always on time. I do not subscribe to that whole thing about you're late if you're on time, by the way. I went to the wrong place this morning.
It's really not your fault.
Why am I so short?
We have 2 studios
here at Victory. We just started
Thanks
yesterday,
for being part
so
of this,
I could
man.
see how you maybe got that.
We got different memos. It happens.
Same email, different memos?
But we're here.
Got
It's
it.
fine. I'm only 2 today, you know? What can I
Wheeler
say?
stays up all night, though, so he probably hasn't slept.
I do.
So that's the thing, too.
Well, as long as you haven't been partaking in any beer that you normally have when you're on the Yall-itics podcast, we're all good.
We haven't yet.
Okay.
It's
Still
gonna be a big
early.
day, though.
It is.
Okay, let's talk about this big day, right? Favorite episode. Take us back. This has been a big year.
You go first.
But I mean, you know what I like? I like any episode that I can learn something. I've enjoyed all the conversations we've had. We've had, what, more than 100?
Yeah, a lot of them.
You know, off the top of my head, Downtown Dallas Inc., we did a story with what's happening in downtown Dallas. I live near downtown. I had no idea what else happening downtown, how busy it is. Wheeler is good.
That's kind of stunning when that happens, too, because you're like, oh, you know, let's see what we get out of this interview. And you sit down with people, and you have no idea the stuff that's in their heads. And they start pouring things out, and you go, gosh, I thought I lived here. Like, I thought I got this place, and this person's throwing things at me that I never have heard of. I've never heard of any of this.
We work downtown,
that's
too.
What we
yeah,
aim
same
for.
thing. And, you know, Wheeler has another good one he sets up every year about lowering your property taxes.
Yes, because everybody cares about that.
Oh, my goodness. I have been doing that now successfully based on the podcast.
You know, and we hear that from people sometimes, too, like, thank you so much for bringing this up. I would never have known this. That really helped me out. Or, you know, we get a lot of people who say, thanks for doing it the way that you're doing it, because I'm actually able to understand issues instead of listening to people do this for, you know, a couple of minutes and then we move on to something else. We're actually getting down into stuff in a nonpartisan way and explaining it out.
Great information, as always, for folks that have not heard the Yall-itics podcast. You've been missing out because you guys are entertaining to listen to and informative and engaging. It's always a worthwhile listen.
Although I hear that your beer selection is really bad or
No,
weak or
that's
something.
not correct. I actually brought documentation here. We did a survey of people, of listeners.
He doesn't buy his own beer.
Which, by the way, if you have not listened to Yall-itics, we mentioned the beer because they drink a beer during the podcast.
People were asked,
Can you believe that we got permission for that?
I have it.
can't.
This is from the station. It's official. Who has better taste in beer? 76% could not decide. 14% though said me, and just 10% said Whiteley.
We got to finish this on social because Hannah's waiting for us out here, but we're going to post this on our social media channels as we chat with you guys more about Yall-itics.
He brings us facts.
All right, Hannah, take it away.